So there's stuff coming out from underneath. I'm just filming it now so you can see. And that's the stuff that I'll take away in a moment. So I think from here you can see now I have actually unearthed the missing stitch. We thought it was 7 stitches. We only found 6, and number 7 wasn't anywhere to be found. And you can see it in here. Grabbed hold of it now and I'm pulling it. And unless that comes out, it's not going to heal. So I'm going to see that I grab it now and cut it. It's a naughty one. And I don't know why it's this colour, but maybe that's why we didn't see it the other day.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether it lost the colour.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure when I counted 7 the other day, there were 7 dark stitches. Otherwise I wouldn't have seen this. But this was so deep in the tissue that the other day when I pulled out the other stitches, I just couldn't see it. So now that that stitch is out, this is what the hole looks like. And I'm going to try and clean the last bit out and then put the other dressing on, and then hopefully it will be healing up a bit better. So the stitch is out, I've cleaned it up a little bit, and hopefully we're on the way now. How many days is it now that the stitch came out? Is it the 3rd day? After I took that last stitch out. Yes, so it's the 3rd day after that. And I think it's healing up okay. Looks a lot better. There's still a bit of slough in there, and I'll show you the picture in a moment. So this is almost a week now after we've had the last stitch taken out, isn't it? And that's what it looks like. I just removed just the tiniest bit of pus, and there's still a bit coming out of the tunnel to the left, but not a huge lot. You can see here I've unearthed what looks like another stitch, and I'm going to try and pull that out now, but I really couldn't see that before, but it has become quite visible now. So this is now stitch number 7. This is where I just took out stitch number 7, and it was really quite easy for it to come out. So see how that develops now. Okay, this is what it's like since yesterday, and we'll see what it looks like after it's been showered. There's just a little bit still coming out under the tunnel. But we'll shower that out and keep an eye on it. This after the shower just now, Mike!
Sorry.
After the shower just now, and looks pretty good. Mike's is still tender, but what a difference to a week ago, because it's just actually healing in. The only thing is that little tunnel there, and it does make us wonder whether that is not quite healing, because there's still 2 stitches or something like that underneath. So we have to see. This is what it looks like today. After a shower, it's actually healing quite well, but there's a new thing coming out somewhere to the right of the original little hole that we have here. Sorry, so it's here, and I'll just have to see what I'm going to do with it. I might just dig a bit. It's itching and it feels irritating, and it does look like something wants to come out from under there. Just pinch that hole with tweezers, and all this stuff just came out, and I'll just have to dig a little bit now to see what we find underneath that is causing that. Show you, I've opened up that hole now, and there's it's big enough now to have a Q-tip stuck in there, and it's not falling out. I'm just trying to find what's underneath, but so far I can't really see it. So I've dug around in it a little bit, but I couldn't find anything. So we just leave it for now and see what wants to come out. And the channel here, there's not, you can see there's a bit coming out, but not too much. And we'll just see how it will shape up. So there's a little mark underneath the big one that you can see. That looked like there was actually a bit of pus in there from a pimple. Sorry, from a stitch, and it looked like a pimple. And we got that out. And overall it seems to be healing quite well now. I just had to take a bit of slough away from the bigger hole. This is what it looks like this morning, and there's still a bit of stuff coming out of the tunnel, but not a huge lot. So I think it is finally getting somewhere. Okay, this is where we are today. Looking quite good, but unfortunately that little channel is still there and there's still losing fluid from there. But other than that, it seems to be healing up quite well. Okay, Mike was discharged from the doctors yesterday, and apart from a bit of stuff coming out from the tunnel, it actually looks pretty good, almost finished. This would be quite healed up, but unfortunately the tunnel is still there, and there's still stuff coming out, so otherwise I think that this hole in itself will be finished. This last little hole would be closed up as well if it wasn't for the tunnel still being there and needing to drain. We suspect that there's some internal stitches in there that still need to come out, which is a bit annoying because otherwise this would be done and dusted now. Basically this would have been healed up if it wasn't for the tunnel that is still there, and there's still a bit of stuff coming out there. Otherwise that hole itself would be gone. But there's still stuff coming out. I'm trying to get it out as best. We decided not to cover it anything anymore with anything anymore today, because the skin is actually suffering under the sticky plaster. I think I've got the culprit here. Yay! And now the stitch is out, there's only blood coming out, and I think that the other little hole there, that was a big hole the other day, that's going to heal up now, and no time by tomorrow that will be finished. And hopefully this one will be closed up soon too. And I hope there's not another stitch in there. That's what it looks like today, after the stitch came out yesterday, so it's not really huge problem anymore, and it already feels a lot better inside. So even the tunnel to the left of it from here is much more filled in now. Got the stitch out about was it Thursday, Friday, Saturday? It's 2 days ago, and this is what it looks like now. So it looks pretty good. Now we just have to see if there's anything else there that wants to come out somewhere. I hope not, and I hope this is kind of just about done and dusted now. Now the last stitch hole itself looks like it's almost healed, but I'm just milking that tunnel again, and there's still stuff coming out from the left of the tunnel. So who knows what's going to happen there. after a shower the scab came off, and I've just given it a little squeeze, and what you can see here is maybe hopefully the last bit of the stitch that has come out. So I shall take that off in a moment. We already had a tiny little bit. When was it? Yesterday? But that's hopefully the rest of it. Let's see.
Got it?
I've got something. This is what just came out. I may have to get other tweezers to get the rest. Just took a little bit of scab off, and when I'm squeezing this, it looks like there's still stuff wanting to come out under it. So it seems the saga still isn't finished. So we'll see what wants to come out there. There was a little something that I picked up with the tweezers, but I wasn't sure whether that some of it was skin, but it was very long and thin and very fragile, and that could have been partially dissolved stitch. And this is what it looks like now, and the tunnel here doesn't feel like it's still there, so that seems to be healing in a bit now. And again, hopefully that will be it.